good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Happy Mini Friday. Happy Thursday, Mini Friday. Good to see you guys in the chat. Dan, Chase, and Team Smoke. Yo, shout out to Team Smoke. Dan Soderham. Oh, Dan the Man Soderholm. Chef Pete. Yo, dude, how's New Mexico doing? Boiled Nuts. Aloha from all the way from Hawaii. Right on, dude. Right on, dude. How's everybody today? Time's up, Mr. Konkle. He says, yeah, time's up. Damn chat still. I swear to gosh, it has its own, mind sometimes. It doesn't show up properly on this screen for some reason. Anyways, you know what? I'm just gonna jump over to the other screen anyway. For this stream. Darn it. Friday Junior, yeah, right? Man, I'm doing really good, guys. I had that job interview this morning. It went really well, in my opinion. I think I got the job. It starts in a bit. These guys have got 2 high-rise towers going up in Edmonton here. And now we don't have audio. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Anyways, so they have 2 towers going up here in Edmonton. And they're looking for somebody to run them. Right, to run one, they're just gonna be one job. It's huge, 15 stories, but it's like, I want to say 400 units. So it's literally just down the street from my house. So it'll be like less than a 5-minute drive away, and it'll be lots more money. And yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Trust me, it'll be really, really good. So I'll know in a week if I had it for sure. I swear he was going to hire me on the spot, but they want to get through the interviews, right? But yeah, it was really, really, really good. So yeah, I hope I get it. I think I'll end up working with these guys in some capacity, regardless. I'd like to, because they also do a lot of piecework. So if they don't hire me for this job, I'm gonna say, okay, well, I'll do the framing or something. You know what I mean? So that'll be a good job. I'm glad I met these guys. They're not a new company, but they're trying to break into the commercial market. So they're big residential, and they completed 4 high rises downtown Saskatoon in Saskatchewan. They've done a couple of towers here in Edmonton. So they're not noobs, but they're really going for it all in, right? So they got some big contracts, and so they need somebody to blast them out for them, you know what I mean? The one that I want, like that's real close to my house, is very time sensitive. It's a crunch schedule. It started a year late, so the schedule is pretty tight. So it'd be perfect for me, right? There'd be, I think, probably around 60 to 90 guys that will be on the job that I'll be running. So that's pretty good. It's a lot of guys, and yeah, I gave him a really fair price, but it's still a lot more than I'm making right now. So I think it's good. I went in at because at the price of this, my first time meeting you price. So yeah, I think it was really awesome, guys. So I'm excited about that. And so in the meantime, if I hear that I get the job, I'll do some piecework, or I might do something else in the meantime to, you know what I mean? Like just building the garage and getting everything, right? Oh, you were just up here a couple of weeks ago, Chase. Oh, cool. Where were you in Canada? So this is what this stream is all about. Now this stream is about my prediction of who will be building the border wall. There's a bunch of proposals and prototypes that were put out. One company in particular has put out a video on YouTube, and I looked into it a little bit more, and I think that these guys they're the ones who should be building it anyways. This system is Mount Tremblant in Quebec. Yeah, I used to ski there. I'm from Toronto, so I'm in Edmonton now. I'm from Toronto, but I used to go to Tremblant to snowboard and ski when I was a kid, right? So yeah, I did both. I skied and snowboarded, but I'm switching to green tea. I had my coffee in the morning. I had a couple coffees. Now I'm switching to green tea. I'm gonna start you know what, I gotta really start looking at my health a lot more, and I gotta start eating better and all this stuff, right? So, good morning, String Bean, Mr. Richard Garner. How are you, my man? I love the unicorn. That's awesome. Black flag unicorn. That's too funny. Yeah, Tremblanc's a nice mountain. It's a really really nice mountain to ski on. Yeah, I had a lot of fun there when I was there in the past. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone knows, or I'm sure I mean, you guys in the South have been following this a lot closer than I have, and so these proposals, the awards for prototypes came out in August 2017. Now they just tore down the prototypes, so the prototypes were built, and they just tore them down. So these are the companies that were selected. Okay, so there's Cadell Construction Company out of Montgomery, Alabama. There's Fisher Sand and Gravel Company, so DBA Fisher Industries in Tempe, Arizona, and Texas Sterling Construction Company in Houston, Texas, and YG Yates and Sons Construction Company in Philadelphia, Mississippi. So these guys were all, had the opportunity to build the prototypes, and Dan's out of here. Yeah, you bet, Dan the man. Yeah, for sure, brother. So let's see here. So it's kind of funny. Like I was hearing, like, I don't know all about this, and I'm not going to talk about the politics or behind it, because I don't really care about the politics behind it. What we're going to talk about is the project itself, and it's a massive project. It's a mega project, and it'll put boots on the ground, right? It'll get guys. It needs guys. It'll put guys to work, and it's going to make one of these companies some good money, and they're going to definitely up their equipment inventory, and it's really really neat. I heard Philadelphia, and I was like, yay, but then Mississippi, so much for yeah, right. So this is obviously 2 years ago. The request for proposals came out in March of that year in 2017. So let's see here. The Presidential Executive Order, Border Security and Immigration Enforcement Improvement, states that the Secretary shall take steps to immediately plan, design, and construct a physical wall along the southern border using appropriate materials and technology to most effectively achieve complete operational control of the southern border. Okay, so when you think about the border wall, what do you first think of? Like, what first comes to mind, right? I see like border patrol, and like high fencing and razor wire and stuff like that, right? The pictures that I had to see, like when I was searching this subject, right, of the people trying to get across the walls, and the different the pictures told so many stories, right? Like, just incredible. So let's see here. What's this? This article as well is back in March 2017, right? So it has to be at least 18 feet high, they say. They want a wall to look like as a guide for contractors. Sorry, what was this? Protection, at least a description of what they want, right? Okay. So boom. Describe wall designs, and we don't know which one. I'm trying to see if this one here, big and tall but beautiful, at least on the American side. How long is this new wall supposed to be? As you know, there's already about 700 miles of wall at the border. Is this supposed to close off the remaining 1,300 miles that are open, right? So the government doesn't say. All it says actually is it wants just small prototypes of both types of wall to be built in the San Diego Tijuana area, and then the agency will decide what design it takes best. So there's a lot of stuff, right? Like, this is what I'm thinking right here, right when I first see it, right? Yeah, right, Chef. Yeah, I know you've seen a lot of stuff. You showed me YouTube videos and stuff like that. You shared with me on email and stuff like that. It's crazy, right? I saw a lot of jokes, like political jokes and stuff like that. But this is crazy. It has to look good on the north side, right? The U.S. facing side says, but they don't care about the south side, right? So more than 400 companies have told the Department of Homeland Security they're interested in the projects. Um, Cost estimates of the wall vary widely. President Trump says it will cost 12 billion, and MIT study said 38 billion, right? So, um, right. But the MIT, like in my opinion, will probably cost the lower because of the way that I think they're going to go. I'm going to show you which way I think they're going to go here in a second. But funny these guys here, right? Uh, designing building the border wall .com had a challenge for best design. So these designs are definitely I guarantee you these designs will not be used, okay? Because they're too far out and they'd be too expensive to build. So let's see here. So nature videos. So there's money prizes here or whatever for design. So this is basically just design. So see project board. So first prize, right? This wall here is really really neat, but the job sites here are a ton of English. Yeah. We actually have a lot of guys from Mexico working here as well in Canada. I don't think they're illegal. They could be, but I don't think they are. But there's a lot of them up here too, working in construction, and you just get used to it, like the communicating with them, right? The biggest thing is recognizing when they really don't understand you, right? And that's the key, right? This wall is really, really, really neat. It's a hydro wall. So let me see if I can. Project statement: the United States-Mexico border is one of the busiest one in the world, with over 1 million daily crossings, legal or illegal. Despite a long and turbulent history between these two countries and populations, by 2050, Hispanics will represent 25% of the U.S. population. However, this barrier is not only a physical wall between the two countries, but also seems to represent a fracture between America. Politics, economy, or culture are forcing people to evaluate the possibility of a binational relation with or without the wall. Binational problems are most often known to be linked to politics, geography, territory flows, but also resources. So one of these resources is the water, okay? Indeed, the water crisis is recognized nowadays as the first global risk based on impact to society and environment. For example, nowadays, 1 out of 10 human beings in world lack access to safe water. So, hold on a second. You got your dress? Okay, good. You're good. Right on. Look at my ninja princess here. All right. Hi, Amelia. So this wall will take in water from the Gulf of Mexico, okay, and it'll fill the wall up with water. So it will, if I could get a summary, that would be great. So, Amos, hey. Let's see here. Among the U.S. policy, energy, and especially water is the golden egg to benefit from the irrigation wall. That's what I'm looking for. So it's an irrigation wall. The U.S. would be forced to destroy their current wall. They would need the agreement of Mexico through a binational contract, leading to the necessity of rethinking a new treaty for work, immigration, sharing water, and agreeing on common ground. Honey, sorry guys, 1 second. Honey, I love you, but I'm trying to talk to the guys. Okay, go upstairs. Okay, will you come down after? No, go upstairs and come down after. Okay, please go upstairs. Thank you. Go upstairs. It's too loud. Oh yeah, she's cute. All right, yeah. She's off school on Thursday, so they go 4 days a week. So, right, so she's off today, and I think I'm gonna raise my cam up a bit, a little too high. Hey Ash, how's it going, bro? Yeah, no, Zelda. Yeah, Zelda right there. Legend of Zelda hat right there. Yeah, sweetheart. Nope. Go upstairs. I'm sorry, guys. Too funny. Oh my goodness. So this is really neat. So this is um this wall, the irrigation wall, will we have a drought here every year, not much water, right? So this is a really neat concept. And this was the winning prize. This is first prize, right? So let's see here. So Chihuahuacan Desert, Sonoran Desert, and almost all the border area are also arid and sunny with one of the highest solar radiation. Taking into account the location of the border region, the intervention, of both countries is required to address the case of water. So that's pretty neat. Gets to Mexico. Water gets to. I'm not sure. I got paid. I got to spend $20 to send a Funko Pop to Trek Lady see in Canada, and she's going to say, nice, right on. The dog Chihuahua. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's a really it's a neat idea. Don't think it's gonna happen though because of the cost and the timeline for this. Um, I think it's neat though. I really do. You take the pictures of it. So they have vegetation, but yeah, clear glass. It's definitely would be nice park areas, right? And I think it would have more opportunity to be pleasant on both sides of the wall, right? So, there's that one. There's the first prize. There's only three. So second prize here. Let me see here. So also rejecting the idea of a fixed wall that divides nations and people, this plan proposes a BiNational Park running the length of the border that is a symbol against difference, where people from both sides can camp, hike, and engage in other outdoor activities. So, as far as security goes, I don't see it being secure like a wall, but being open like that presents more opportunity for parkland, right? And security, like park staff and stuff like that. That way, I suppose. But yeah, it's really neat to make a national park straight across, right? A BiNational Park. My apologies, straight across the border. It would be beautiful. It would be a nice project, but again, not likely going to happen, right? Yeah, a symbol. Yeah, they want it to be. What does the park symbolize? This park is a symbol for unity, a safe place for people to cross, to camp, to hike, and be outdoors, to exist. Unity. It also brought park rangers from both countries together to maintain one piece of land. The animals like that. They don't they? The animals like that, don't they? Yes, they do. And now they are protected rather than isolated, and we get to be here too. Yes, and everyone else too. Yes, I'm glad that everyone gets to be here. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, the tunnels. Yeah, I saw lots of pictures of different tunnels and stuff too yesterday when I was researching. Lots of drug tunnels, and obviously they're smuggling people and drugs, but who else? Who knows what else? Um, but yeah, the tunnels, right? You can never. There's always somebody's always going to dig deeper, right? So, with a lot of money, you can do anything. You know what I mean? So that's a different idea, anyways. A park, right? The third one. Now, the third one is third prize. This proposal, called Across, was inspired by Paul Rudolph's Manhattan Expressway and builds on architecture's more social and humanistic intentions by creating a flexible membrane which has the capacity to take on programs that are both needed and shared by inhabitants on either side of the border. All right, so this is neat too. Yeah, I could definitely build tunnels. I would be a tunnel expert for sure. Yeah, uh, I could definitely build tunnels. Up for hire to the highest bidder. That's funny. Okay, so the recent proposal to construct a continuous border wall between the United States and Mexico raises forgotten yet critical questions about megastructures and their role. The proposal evokes imagery of super studios, continuous monument, and other projects in the 1960s and 70s that take on such gigantic proportions that it is difficult to address the human scale. Therefore, the continuous monument and many projects like it remain diagrammatic and offer little in the way of architecture's more social and humanistic intentions. One notable exception is Paul Rudolph's Manhattan Expressway proposal. While criticized by many for its disregard for New York's already rich street life, Rudolph's proposal contained a multitude of urbanistic functions that were intended to address the variety of urban conditions that the megastructure would intersect. Each section of the Manhattan Expressway would take on uniquely different functions depending on the immediate context. These varied programmatic expressions directly inspired our project and how it addressed the challenge of a border wall. So, yeah, right. So it doesn't specify what it would be. It just sure, yeah, for sure, nuts for sure. There has to be, right? There's going to be tech. Absolutely. There's going to be tech involved that we're not going to know about, right? We're not going to know everything. That would just be silly of them to release every detail. So, yeah, this is definitely different. I wish I could see it better. I wish the pictures were better, but they're not. So it doesn't really tell you much. It doesn't give you much of an idea of what it is like exactly, right? The pictures themselves. I mean, if we could blow these pictures up, then maybe. But anyway, so yeah, those are those funky 3 ones. Anyway, really great ideas. I like the water one. You know, I think that's really great. I can see why that one won. So yeah, right. This is hilarious too. Like the Great Wall of China. Like here, yeah. These are some of the common designs you'll see throughout. You know what I mean? Amongst the proposals, as pretty as Parthenon, right? So this is a rendering that come out. This article again is June 2017. So this is rendering by Crisis Resolution Security Services, right? So it looks like the Great Wall of China. This one here is interesting. I certainly hope it doesn't go this route. But you can see there's sensors and banks, chain fence, sensors and banks. And this right here is a nuclear waste trench. Okay, so they wanna make the border a nuclear waste dump. Is what this proposal is. Okay, how crazy is that, right? Oh, look at that's working now too. My Streamlabs link is working again. Cool, I did fix it. So yeah, when you put a link in your chat, like a bot chat, like using a bot programming it, you can't use a capital on the HTTPS. It has to be small capital or small h, right? This right here is at an angle, right? So you have like the foot, like a grade beam that's underground, right? So just above ground. Oh yeah, no, it's a regular grade beam with a footing, huge grade beam and footing, 30-degree angle, Mexico towards the Mexican side, of course, right? 18-inch radius top cap. So there's 3/16 corten sheeting, both sides. So it's cladding, wall cladding. What would it be? It doesn't exactly say what's inside. Holding the cladding, right? But it's gonna be, yeah. The piling, like the footing, would be huge, right? So I definitely yeah, love is love. Love is love. Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys too. Yeah, and that's a good guy for streaming. If you know what I mean, if you like hanging out, I think Hash. Yeah, if you're still here, you should check out Ant's channel for sure. Definitely gotta check it out. Yeah, and same thing too. Ed, check out Hash's channel. What do we got here, man? What do we got here? So look at this, guys. Design beyond reach. Isn't it cheaper to make it just like the 30-second parallel line, the one that splits Korea? Amos, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But like when we get to the actual design, this is like what I predict they're going to go with. You'll see in a second here. Hey, one night. No, Canada's not building a wall. No, 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 no. This is news on the U.S. Mexico border wall. We got. I think I know who. Oh yeah, that was me. $5.99. Right on. That was one night, man. Nice to see you, bro. So yeah, this is by Riley Construction. Concrete, chain link, barbed wire on the top, but you can see the graphics. They're like they'll be carving, like engravings. Sorry, so it's a memorial wall. There you go. Right. Hadrian's Wall. This, I believe, is like some kind of hyperloop, not hyperloop, but a light rail transit system here. This is like a bot, like, you know what I mean, like a train car of some sort. Staggered wall. Look, it's probably precast. Let's see here. It's prefab product. Yeah, it's a prefab. So remember though too, with the prefabs, okay, you got to transport them to site and you got to have cranes to install them. Yeah, they're not. You'll just wait to see who's going to win this one. This one's different too. It's got like a fence that you can see through with the high, like a parapet type, like a cap of some sort, right? That's pretty neat. Only one way visibility, so you can see Mexico, but Mexico can't see you. Oh, I get you. Oh my god, that's awful. Honestly, that's really awful. Perch, it's like medieval stuff right there. Camouflage, eh? So you can't see it, right? Camouflage, that's hilarious. What do we got here? Sensors. Okay, so design. Ballistic concrete is used, which the company says could withstand more than 12 hours of tampering. Using sensors, the wall and below ground structure would notify border agents of the exact location of any tampering in real time. The wall would also include coating designed to prevent climbing and the use of grappling hooks. So it's an embedded wall, tunnel, buried fiber and piles of. Okay, yeah, I got you. You fish up from that mountain, yeah? 5,000 a foot for the wall? Sure. Sure. It's going to be a lot of money, absolutely, right? But these designs are so different that the prices are going to be different, right? Like so different. But there's one guy's come up with a solution. I guarantee you they're gonna go with this one. I would imagine that like this would be the best and number one way to go. Here we go. So Congress set aside $20 million for prototypes. Okay, 20 million for the prototypes. Um, this is crazy, right? So President Trump has preached his desire for a new wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Build it big and build it beautiful, with Mexico footing the bill, right? Um, so he does not have funding from Congress and Mexico, but he actually did get $10 billion approved for the wall. So any exposed fixtures need to be on the U.S. side. The U.S. side of the wall should be visually pleasing in color, texture, and fit into the general surrounding environment. No hole larger than 1 foot can be made through the wall in under an hour of trying to use with hand tools. Wall designs must be cost effective to construct, maintain, and repair. The design should also accommodate Border Patrol approved pedestrian and vehicle sliding gates. Yeah. Yeah, so the wall designs must also be able to prevent tunneling from below or at least 6 feet, right? So, yeah, that's actually 6 feet. I think you could go deeper pretty easily if you really you don't really have to put a lot of money to go into it to go deeper than 6 feet. Auto sensors, Runber funds? Runber funds. Rubber built guns. Yeah, right. So yeah, here's a test site So right here where they set up prototypes for the wall, they just, like I said, tore them down. So here's Fisher, right? These are the guys I think they're going with, right? The 30%, 30%, maybe, yeah, I would say 30% probably. Nah, I would like to say the other way around. Actually, 70% would might go to the wall, but in reality though, the wall itself is, the material and the labor, right? The machinery and equipment that it takes to build it will belong to the company, right? So it's yeah, like, we don't know. We really don't know. Uh, uh, they're so good with they're so right on one night. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there soon too. But yeah, uh, it's interesting though, because yeah, we don't really know how much it will go to the wall exactly, because yeah, like I said, these big companies in construction in general, they're just so good at hiding numbers, and that you don't know, right? I wouldn't imagine, like, because these guys have to be so qualified, right? So there's only so many people that can bid this job. You're gonna have the right insurance, the right, um, like, you have to be pre-qualified, and you're definitely gonna have friends in high places to get this job, right? So that's what I'm talking about, Amos. Like, I just don't know, right? This is Fisher Sand and Gravel Company. I'm sure this is the design they would go with. It is a precast, built on site precast, so it's really neat the way they're going to install it. I'm going to show you that in a second. So the most expensive on site, with metal columns spaced apart at the base to help agents see the other side, metal plates, and a round pipe that sits at the top of the wall. So this is the most expensive design, right? Yeah, this prototype was the only wall built entirely on site. It is painted tan and has a distinct gradual slope to make climbing difficult. So this is the only prototype that was built on site too, right? So I'm sure they're going with this one, and I'll tell you why. So contract 365,000. So contract 486,000 for that, for the prototype. Texas Sterling, 470. So they built a wall to differ on each side. The U.S. side used a stamped brick pattern, while the Mexican side has metal grating at the top and is covered in spikes. Like, that's to me is just unacceptable. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. Like, if they're gonna build it, be nice about it. Don't be dicks about it, and put like razor wire and spikes and make the Mexican side ugly. And you know what I mean? That's just not right. This is different here. An Israeli defense contracting company was the only international contractors to win a bid. The company's prototype includes a concrete base and a distinctive metal top. YG Yates and Sons Construction Company. Yates built its prototype with a simple design, 3 concrete panels topped with a large round pipe. So they're going for the simplistic way. Yates built the second prototype of dark brown corrugated metal panels with a round pipe at the top. So price again is high. So what's next for the wall, right? The completed wall sections will need about 30 days for concrete to cure. That's already all done. So with about 3.3 million contracted on the prototypes, the Border Patrol will use what it learned from the test walls toward a final design for the nearly 2,000-mile long southwest border. The agency might consider a final wall that uses a hybrid of different features from the prototypes, or there's a chance it might not use any of the designs contracted at all, right? So I'm wondering when they have, like, when they're going to be actually announcing it, like, who wins it. This is so here's 8 of the craziest proposals. This is a hyperloop proposal, which is really neat. The prison wall, right? The pink prison wall. So this is just ridiculous. Pink prison wall. Like, come on, right? That's crazy, right? A monorail with a mall, right? So a straight monorail right across. Crazy, right? The Hyperloop. I love the Hyperloop, of course, right? Wall powered by solar farm. Hyperloop wall powered by solar farms. So the Hyperloop would be like, you know, it's an air forced train, right? So there's like, you know, or magnetically, sorry, some using some kind of magnetic system. I forget. We covered Hyperloop, remember, in one of my live streams. But it would be pretty cool to have a train across there like that. But and then of course this is the one-way plexiglass wall. The park, of course, the nuclear waste dump, right? The nuclear waste dump, like that. Come on, right? A wall made of 3 million hammocks, right? 3 million hammocks. That's awesome. A wall that generates solar power. This is something I think they're gonna want to explore with the solar panel wall. I think. I think. Look at this. Want to put up a BiNational Park instead of Trump's $21 billion border wall. Is funny. I think he's going to explore with solar power. None of those. None of those wall prototypes had solar integrated. So I think that we're going to see solar paneling in it. But well, you know, who knows, right? So in central Minnesota, they said anywhere between 10 to 18 inches. So far, we got about 6 and counting. It's what? You're getting snow? No, dude. Oh my God, it's freezing up here. I was hoping that we don't get any snow. Yeah, a nuclear waste dump, guys. That's the most ridiculous idea that I've heard, right? Obviously, you could tell that was built or proposed by big industry, right? Big dirty industry, you know what I mean? It's crazy, right? To think about, like, look, like who would even propose that, right? That's insane. So the House panel approves $10 billion for the border wall, right? So $10 billion's approved. So he only needs another $10 billion. So, oh wait, no, he's got 10 billion and 5 billion. Oh, that's 5 billion to improve ports of entry, and adds 5,000 agents to the border patrol and customs and border protection, right? 18 to 12. Well, the Border Security for America Act, proposed by Committee Chairman Michael McCall, Wright, Texas, was passed on a party line 18 to 12 vote. The legislation would also authorize the federal government to reimburse states up to $35 million for use of National Guard assets to reinforce border security. So let's see here. Anything? Anyways. So on to it. I think this is. Yep. Okay. So this is the process. Okay. This guy's. Wait a minute. No, that's a long video. I'm going to show you the short one first. Nope, not that one. Let me see here. Nope, not that one. I think it might be actually this one here. Where the heck is it? No, wait a minute. That's crazy. There was a cart. Oh no, this is it. Sorry. These guys are definitely going to win. I have a feeling.
Fisher sand and gravel on his small family farm in the heartland of America. Over the years, a solid work ethic, customer focus, and passion for quality led Fisher Industries to become one of our nation's leading suppliers of construction.
I'm not going to play the whole video.
In fact, Fisher Sand and Gravel is now one of the top 25 sand and gravel companies in the United States. Today, Gene's eldest son, Tommy Fisher, is president and co-owner and runs the third-generation family business of 10 complementary companies with his two sons, Grant and Ryan. Tommy and his management team continue to grow the firm and have expanded operations to include the southwestern United States. Fisher Industries' full range of aggregate processing, portable concrete production, heavy civil construction, drilling and blasting, engineering, and manufacturing services provide a one-stop solution. Fisher excels at finding aggregate material sources to process into construction materials such as road base, concrete, and asphalt. In addition, their long-standing and strong relationships with major suppliers such as Caterpillar and CMC Rebar means Fisher can quickly scale up as needed to meet the demands of incredibly large and complex projects.
Look at that. That's incredible.
Fisher Industries' newly developed and innovative mobile form
So this is it.
process
This is
offers
amazing.
the ideal solution for the Customs and Border Patrol border wall project. This patent-pending process is safe, simple, fast, and effective. With it, Fisher can build the new border wall quickly and efficiently while meeting or exceeding all Customs and Border Patrol and project specifications. Constructed 5 times faster than conventional methods, the Fisher Industries wall design is a more cost-effective
messed up from radiation
that will blend in with the landscape and protect our U.S. borders for more than 150 years to come. The build process starts with excavation
Oh, that's right,
and
Chef.
concrete placement in the footing. Wall construction follows closely behind, with the placement of vertical forms. 32 feet tall, 34 feet, 6-inch wide forms are permanently attached to the 352 Caterpillar excavators that set these forms in place on the wall footing. The excavators hold the forms securely during concrete placement to create the wall sections. 2 main types of forms are used. One uses a vertical face, while the other uses a sloped or battered face. Excavators place the vertical-faced forms on the south side of the foundation first. Then, a long-reach excavator places the rebar cage into position. Next, excavators place the 3 battered forms into position on the north side of the footing, sandwiching the rebar cages. Bulkheads are attached at the ends of the in-place form system to create a 103 feet, 6-inch wall section. By using excavators and man lifts for all processes, Fisher eliminates the hazards created when workers must climb tall structures to erect and remove conventional forms. This cast-in-place process also eliminates the safety risks associated with the use of cranes to move large and heavy precast wall sections. In comparison to precast walls, Fisher's cast-in-place wall system reduces the carbon footprint considerably, as no on-road transport of precast panels is required. In addition, the excavators for the form systems are turned off once the forms are set in place. 6,000 psi colored concrete is placed into 2 sets of these form structures. This creates 2 freestanding bulkhead wall sections that have a 102-foot gap between them. After placing, the concrete cures for 14 to 15 hours overnight. The following morning, the concrete has cured to an initial strength of 2,000 psi, allowing the excavators to remove the forms. Due to Fisher's patented form system and colored concrete, the wall requires no patching or painting, unlike a precast wall system. After removal, the forms are moved to their new location and cleaned. They are then precisely positioned for the next bulkhead wall section. The forms used in the second bulkhead section are removed. These forms are then repositioned at the gap between the 2 previously placed wall sections. The 2 wall sections placed the day before create the end seal for this closure wall section. No bulkheads are required. Construct a patrol road on the slope exceeds 3%. Fisher will utilize a stepped football when constructed with safer, faster,
and then also
and more
they can
effective.
also slope it, and
Processing plants can be set up
build a
in
road at
nearby
the top,
locations
right,
to
for,
excavate and utilize aggregate materials.
Sorry, guys. So I'm not going to play this whole video, right? You can see what I'm talking about here. So they can, they got this new excavator. It's like an excavator attachment, right? So they can carry the panels. They're gonna have mobile concrete plants, like set up. They have all the companies, every company that they need for aggregate, and they have the mobile concrete processing plants. So they're going to be pouring everything on site. This is neat. This is really new. You don't have to climb. You don't need a crane. There's nobody climbing the walls, like even with Perry forms and stuff like that. You got to still build them, and there's no through rebar or ties or anything like that you got to patch or anything at the end. It's just done, right? It's colored concrete and it's done. When you rip the form, it's done. That's incredible. Sure it is. Yeah. Concrete. Yeah, we use a lot of concrete. That's for sure. Oh man. Yeah, we use a lot of concrete. But yeah, so for the end sections here, they use the bulkheads on the ends, and then they go in the middle, fill it in. They can work on slopes. So the idea 1 mile per day, right? But if they're planning on setting up at like 18 different locations, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so they're showing 13. They're going to set up 13 different locations, and at 13 different locations, they can do 1 mile a day. So they'll build the wall within 10 years. So that's pretty good. And then, of course, at the end, they will build a road, right? Like they can push the earth into place and asphalt it. It looks really clean and slick, right? And there'll be lots of drones, and sure of it, right? Looks like there's still a space here with a fence, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, like the company's big enough that they can do it, right? So look at this stuff. Hey, there's other projects they do, but they do everything on site. So I think that's really, really, really neat. What's this all about here anyway? Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, Boston Dynamics RoboDogs.
Fisher Industries' new and innovative mobile form cast-in-place process offers the ideal solution for the Customs and Border Patrol border wall project. This patent-pending process was recently demonstrated during the construction of a prototype proof-of-concept wall at the U.S.-Mexico border in San Diego, California. With this safe, simple, fast, and effective process, Fisher will be able to build the new border wall quickly and efficiently, while meeting or exceeding all Customs and Border Patrol and project specifications. The process begins with the grading of the wall footing using an excavator. Next, footing reinforcement is built and installed, followed by the placement of the footing concrete, which will cure overnight. The next morning, an excavator places the vertical wall form, followed by the wall rebar cage. The sloping form is positioned next, sandwiching the wall rebar. Bulkheads are then attached on either end. The form package is now ready to receive concrete.
Interesting, eh?
6,000 psi
Yeah, Papa
concrete
Fisher
is placed
did.
into the form and allowed to cure overnight.
That's right.
By morning,
Amos.
the wall concrete has cured to approximately 2,000 psi, and the vertical form is stripped away and repositioned for the second bulkhead wall. The rebar is then placed. The sloped form is then stripped and repositioned to sandwich the rebar for this second wall. The bulkheads are then attached, and the wall is ready for the second concrete placement. Again, concrete is placed and left to cure for 14
Neat, eh?
to 15 hours. The next
Hey,
day,
nice
the second
cinder.
wall is ready, and the forms are stripped away.
How's it going?
The excavators position the forms for the closure section with the rebar cage between them. No bulkheads are required since the two wall sections create the end seal. Once again, concrete is placed. On the final day, the forms are stripped away to reveal the beautiful, robust, and long-lasting Fisher cast-in-place wall. Another job well done for the Fisher pros, including President Tommy Fisher and his sons, Grant and Ryan, who take great pride in their work and their company.
No doubt.
It's time for the Fisher crew to pack up and move on to the next project. All the equipment and materials are loaded and moved out. Clean, quick, and simple. So what makes this Fisher cast-in-place border wall the unique and better solution? Safety. No cranes, no heavy precast slabs.
There's a crane right
Simple
there.
and repeatable process.
Just kidding,
Quality. High-value materials, constituents, and controls. Likelihood of wall penetration or scaling. Smooth transitions conforms to
Yeah.
lifespan. Lasts 2 times.
That's enough of that. So yeah, there you have it. There's the border wall, guys. I think that Fisher. Yeah, we were discussing who will be building it, right? There's a bunch of there was proposals went out, the prototypes went up. They're just demolished the prototypes. They're this company here. I imagine they get caught building the wall with illegals. That's too funny, almost. Yeah, hey chef, that's pretty crazy, man. Um, yeah. So we just went over all the different prototypes and the designs, and this is my prediction of who they will go with, and it's this and Fisher Industries. I believe is got the most sound design, and yeah, I see them going this way. Be surprised if they went another way. Like I said, they might use this in a mixture of other styles as well throughout the depending throughout the different regions, right? I see that I could see solar power stuff going in, maybe a bit of the irrigation stuff. Who knows, right? But these guys have definitely put together the most solid proposal. It makes a lot of sense. Everything will be built right on site. They you know what I mean. All they bring in is the aggregate to the mobile concrete plants, and yeah, they got the equipment, they got the resources, man, to build this. So yeah, I'm saying they're going this way, guys. I'm saying they're going this way for sure. Um, let's see here. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the stream for this afternoon. Just a special kind of update on the border wall. I found the news on YouTube the other day, and I'm it doesn't affect me in any way. Yeah, live. Hey, Daniel, Michael Daniels, how are you, Mister? I'm not. I mean, I'm not against it or for it. I'm for the companies, the workers, the guys who will get work out of it. It's a mega project. I'm not interested in the politics behind it or anything like that. It's just a project at the end of the day. Yeah, right. As long as everybody's safe and it's not, it's not gonna put anybody in danger or anything like that. It'll save people. Then it's what it is, right? So I wouldn't know personally the real effects, like somebody like Chef, for example, who isn't in New Mexico, right? So I don't know, right? I can't be for or against it. But I could talk about the project itself and how it's a big one, right? And this is the interview went good, guys. I think I got it. I'll know in a week. But yeah, it went really well. So I talk more about it on the Discord too. I did leave a post in Discord about it. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more. Don't forget tonight, trivia night, guys. Your Real Estate Whisperer channel. Sorry, don't forget about trivia. I'll be there tonight, and it'll keep wages higher, which is good. Yeah, of course, anything that keeps wages higher is always good, Chef. Like I was saying, yeah, we've been suffering from lower wages because a lot of people from Mexico and like the Philippines are coming here to work in construction, and they're driving our wages down so low. It's not even worth it for us to work in it anymore. Honestly, like it's not even worth it. Like we put our like the risk, right? The risk we put ourselves in these positions, and the wall will save people's lives. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Yeah, no, not a political stream. No, no. I talk about the construction of it, right? Talk about construction in general, and we dig into the management and the contracts, and we do processes and the technology, and yeah. So even mega projects like this, we'll talk about projects and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different trades guys in the community here. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, get subscribed, and we'd love to see you guys around some more. But yeah, Ruse Trivia, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, guys. So yeah, Chef. That's the main reason why I'm not very interested in it either. Is the wages are going down, and it's just not worth it for me anymore. It doesn't make any sense to work for those wages. It doesn't make any sense to put your life on the line, to run your butt off in construction for those low ass wages. It makes no sense. So and you know what? I just the companies are scumbags. It's the companies doing it, right? It's not the Mexicans. It's the companies paying them too low, and you know what I mean. It's the companies. They're all scumbags. So that's what it is. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll see you tonight on Trivia Night. Thanks for all coming. Let me see here. Michael Daniels is still here. Say goodbye to you, mister, and thanks for popping in the stream. Dan the Man Sauter Home, Chef Pete, my man. Boiled Nuts from Hawaii, aloha. Amos, my man, of course, Amos. Nye, new guy, Nye the new guy. Right on. Nice to see you in the chat, brother. Always love to have new guys in the chat. Let's see here. Don't want to miss anyone. Oh, Mr. Aaron Banks. Mr. Aaron Banks. One Night and of course, shout out Team Smoke. And One Night 2 was here. Hash Info was here. String Bean. Mr. Richard Garner was here as well. Chase, right on. Chase was here. And yeah, that's it. Great. It was a good stream, guys. Quick one. I just wanted to get you a little talk about the wall and all that stuff. And yeah, you all have a great day, guys. We'll see you on the next one. This is Chris, guys. Bye for now.